and welcome back to the heart of the stories we tell. And today's episode is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 4. Let me stand next to your fire. And whoo boy, it's a fiery one. And the fight at the end was off the chain. So let's throw up the spoiler warning. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. Things are going pretty good for Fitz and Simmons. They're even looking at moving in together. And that's where the plot kicks off. And I have to say, it was a nice change of pace. However, things go dark from there. And I expected this to be a very magical heavy episode. Ghost Rider and Darkholds and ghosts. But then I was surprised because what we really got was a lot more Watch Dogs information. And I was very welcoming of that. I've had a problem with how the Watch Dogs do what they do. And now the idea that an Inhuman turned and gave them access to his tracker makes that make a whole lot more sense. And who it was made even more sense too. Because let's remember he was a jerk even when we first met him. And man, I loved that little bit of a fight. And best line of the episode has to go to either Mac with, did the two fire guys just jump into a building full of fireworks? Or Coulson, yep, had to see that coming. But let's all be honest here, we all knew this was coming eventually. This is the big build-up, and the fact that it's less than half of the way through the season makes me very happy. Ghost Rider, Quake, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all working together to go after the bad guys. Because let's be honest, hero versus hero is getting really old really quick in this day and age. So I guess next week is going to be the big Darkhold information. I've been a fan of that for years, and I love the fact that they dropped Book of Sin, because that was the first book I ever read about the Darkhold in. Another major win for tonight's episode, how badass Agent Simmons came off. She's ended up not having as much badass moments as some of the other characters over the years, and this one really stood out. She held her own in the fight, she obviously showed why she's the boss, and she figured out that it was an android right away. You want to talk about that android for a minute and exactly how realistic it is? The fact that it got past May doesn't surprise me, though, because May isn't a social person. No, the real test was Coulson. However, I do want to just say, after watching Westworld for this entire season so far, there's part of me that just wants to jump out of my head. Teaching a robot to lie is such a bad idea, but let's see what happens. I still don't fully understand what they're doing with the LMD program. However, I am liking the show so far, so I'm going to give it a little more leeway. And next week we're going to get even more. I'm just hoping that Ghost Rider holds onto that chain, because it's such an iconic weapon for him. However, I end on Ghost Rider for one particular reason. Something he keeps saying. He made a deal with the devil. Why do you think about this? Outside of stories, what would make someone who considered themselves a good person, someone who considered themselves a smart person, to make a deal with the devil? Is there anything you would trade your soul for? Or would you try to get one over on the devil? Why don't you let me know down in the comments what you think? It's such a classic part of Ghost Rider, I really wanted to see what everyone thinks about it. So for now, I need you to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can grow this community, and then join me back here next time as we take a walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.